What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your host, Brandon. Alongside me always is Chris.
Hello.
And Andrew.
Hey, hey.
Today, we're going to be discussing Martin Scorsese films.
What?
And, man, some of these, we've only picked 4 to talk about. He's actually got quite a bit of really good movies, but we're going to pick out 4. And 3 of these, you could say, are some up there on our top lists of all time favorite movies. I mean, there's some damn good movies here, especially if you like mobster movies or crime movies. We've picked Shutter Island for this one, just to offset it, because we've got 3 other crime films, which include Casino, Goodfellas, and The Departed.
Yes.
Probably some of his best work, if not his best work.
I would say his best work.
Yeah. We're going to start with, randomly here, Casino. Let's start with Casino.
Okay.
Come out in 1995. Stars Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, which obviously is in Goodfellas as well, both of them. What's some of the good stuff you guys like about Casino? What's some of the bad stuff you guys like about Casino?
I love the ending.
I should say not bad. What do you hate about Casino?
Yeah. I don't know. It's really easy for me to hate Pesci's character in Casino. Mm-hmm.
He's despicable.
Yeah. Oh,
he is despicable.
Well, and I mean, I can't do this. I can't talk about one without talking about the other two. So I have to compare Goodfellas to Casino. When I talk about Pesci, there's no other way to do it. Those are his 2 defining roles, other than My Cousin Vinny, and I'm not going to talk about
Home Alone.
Right? And Home Alone. But you can't really talk about his character in Casino without talking about his character in Goodfellas, because they're polar opposites, but they're not at the same time.
Yeah, they're really close to the same.
They're close to the same thing, but at the same time, his character in Goodfellas was a psychopath that, like, anything would set him off.
Yeah.
Anything and everything. His character in Casino was just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't a psycho. I mean, he did some psycho things.
Yeah.
But he was mostly just a piece of shit.
It was, and the difference is, he's, in Goodfellas, he's a mobster, but he's kind of got, other than this temper, which is just usually from somebody making fun of him or giving him shit, he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders for the most part, it seems like. I mean, from what I remember, you know what I mean?
He's just like,
he's a mobster.
Got a really bad temper.
He just got a bad temper.
Yes.
He's always both characters make mistakes, but he's just got this Napoleon complex.
Yeah.
He's a mobster, so he's going to do bad shit. In Casino, he's looking out for number one, and he's a piece of shit.
Breaking into houses and stealing diamonds.
Yeah, just
for fun.
Just bullshit. Yeah. And he gets himself into trouble that way. Yeah. So, I mean,
I love how he says that he just started breaking into people's houses for fun.
Yeah.
Because he got bored out there.
He's far more likable in Goodfellas.
I think so too.
Even as a psychopath, I think he is.
Yeah. I think he has one of the best lines from either movie. At the beginning of Casino, he says, and I'm going to butcher this, but he says something about how you always want to dig a hole out in the desert before you take a guy out there to clip him, because then somebody might pull up on you, and then you'll be digging fucking holes, all night long.
All day, yeah.
And it's like that right there shows you just how big of a piece of shit he is, because he just automatically assumes he's going to kill everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he automatically assumes that no one's going to kill him.
Yeah.
He's going to be the one killing everybody.
Yeah.
And I do love that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love the ending, though. I think the ending to Casino is, even though I think Goodfellas is a better movie, I like Casino's ending better.
Yeah.
It's a happy ending for De Niro. And even though Goodfellas, Liotta, it was kind of a happy ending because he got away with it, but at the same time, he still ends up in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
So, De Niro, he actually got away.
Yeah.
he just got to go out and be a bookie again.
Yeah, he was. It was just something he was good at, something that he was started where he started at. And Goodfellas, he didn't end up so lucky.
No.
He didn't die, but he's in prison.
No. Now Pesci, on the other hand, Pesci
dies and everything.
Oh, I got a good question for you guys. Okay, Pesci's death. Which one's better, Goodfellas or Casino?
Oh, I guess it depends on how much you hate Joe Pesci. I mean, because dude, him and his brother dying in Casino is rough.
Vicious.
It's vicious, and he's crying, and it's like, wow, like that. All of a sudden, he gets humanized, right?
Yes.
From this piece of shit to like, oh shit, and
by his buddy,
by his buddy, and they just beat the living crap out of him with baseball bats.
Yeah.
They didn't shoot him. They didn't cut him. They didn't stab him. They beat him to death with baseball bats.
Yeah.
He watched his brother die, get thrown in a strip and thrown in a hole, and then he gets it.
Yep.
That's just, I don't know.
They made sure they were still breathing so that they could be buried alive.
Now, like, in his Goodfellas one was kind of a shock.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was...
The first time I watched Goodfellas, I was shocked whenever
I'm like,
he
oh,
got
shit. Because you and him found out at the same time, and he's just like, oh, shit, and then boom.
Yep.
He thought he was getting made, and he was getting whacked.
Yeah, I that shocked the hell out of me the first time I seen it.
And De Niro, that was really a cool scene, actually. I guess, instead of just talking about one movie, or just whatever. Because obviously it's not working.
Well, I mean, you can't, it's very hard to talk about one without the other.
The scene in the diner in Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah.
Was awesome because, I love Ray Liotta, by the way.
I do
I
too.
love his voiceover. He just got a good voice for it.
Yep.
And he was talking about how he felt so good all day, and he was the happiest he's ever seen him. They're eating, they're talking, they're laughing, and he goes out to payphone to check. Make the phone call and check on him. And that's when they tell him that there's nothing we can do. Sorry. Yep. And he was.
He flips out.
Yeah, he cries.
Yeah. They came up together.
Well, yeah, they were best friends.
And Liotta actually made that scene. Because he says at the beginning when he's first talking, when he first shows up to the diner and he's talking about how happy of a day it was and everything.
Right.
He says Pesci being made was like they were all being made.
Yeah, they were all good. Well, he said even though his mother had Sicilian blood, he has to be full 100% because they had Irish in him. Him and was it Jimmy?
Yeah.
Like both of them had Irish blood in them.
Yeah.
So they couldn't be made. He did. He could. So they thought it was a legit thing.
Yeah.
Turns out, it was retribution for another wise guy and that they viciously beat and killed earlier.
Kind of like the diner scene in Casino with James Woods.
Yes.
Where she's bringing him the $25,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And De Niro walks in.
He's a total gangster.
Yeah, classic.
Man. And De Niro, that's one thing that I have against Casino is De Niro played the like he was scared. He was scared of Pesci. But dude, he's so gangster that even in scenes where he wasn't supposed to be gangster, he still looked gangster.
He still
acted gangster.
Has that fucking slick back hair. He just has a good look. He had the same look in Heat, man. He looked fucking. He just
sourpuss look on his face.
Yeah. The scene you were talking about in the diner with James Woods, that scene, he's super gangster. And then the one where when he goes to the Horseshoe after his wife ties their daughter up and goes to the bar, and he goes in there and he's like, "I'll fucking kill you," and he's like grabbing her shirt and shit and shaking the glass and stuff. That's gangster as shit, man. His whole face and him just saying, "I'll fucking kill you," and I'll fucking kill you right here.
Yeah,
that's gangster as shit.
Yeah,
with everybody watching him. Well, I like that.
I thought it was interesting. His character in Goodfellas and his character in Casino were polar opposite. Because in Casino, he was trying to legitimately.
Yeah.
He was tough. He was gangster, but he was also trying to legitimately do things. And Pesci's character was just fucking.
He never lifted a finger in Casino.
No, exactly.
And it was the opposite in
Exactly.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, he was doing whatever in Goodfellas.
Yeah, he was the hard guy.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to tell him you're going to get black booked.
Yeah.
Wouldn't listen.
No, that's the thing. You know, you're being an idiot. You know it's going to happen to you.
And it's super easy to hate Sharon Stone in Casino too. God dang it, I hate her guts.
I will say, because Sharon Stone, everybody thinks she's beautiful. I think she's all right. She never looked hotter than this movie.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
Really?
When I was watching, I was thinking, wow.
Yeah, she was super hot.
Yeah.
She was at her peak.
I think so.
When she did this.
I'm trying to think, man. There's another movie she is super hot in.
There's a couple.
She's super hot in.
This one was very
mid 90s Sharon, early mid 90s Sharon.
It may have been because she was all dressed up and
probably was
expensive duds, but
I mean, she was fairly hot in Total Recall.
Yeah,
I mean,
she was.
She's a good. I think she is hot. I think she's a good looking chick. I really do.
Yeah,
but it was easy to hate her. She wasn't it? Was it this one or no? It was Goodfellas that Madonna was supposed to be in. They were trying to get Madonna, and
thank goodness that in there.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be Madonna, and somebody else was supposed to play Henry. Who was it? This is a weird choice. Damn it! I had it. Now I forgot.
Whoever the choice was, they would have ruined it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the same.
It wouldn't have been the same.
It was an interesting choice. Damn it! Maybe it'll come to me, but. Al Pacino was actually offered the role of De Niro's role in Goodfellas.
Really?
Yeah, and he was worried about being typecast, so he didn't take it.
Huh.
Because of all the other movies, which I thought would have been awesome.
Yeah, would have been.
I don't think it would have worked out the same.
Probably not.
But I kind of wish they would have.
Which, and De Niro, really, he didn't have that big of a role in Goodfellas.
There was a lot of stuff going on in Goodfellas. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of players in that movie. And Ray Liotta was definitely the lead. But
yeah. Well, and Pesci had a bigger role than
seemingly. Well, he was
than De Niro.
Pesci just has that way about him, though. He stands out.
Oh yeah,
he's short,
like
and he's loud,
like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
It's like Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
he sticks out like a sore thumb. He's super small, really loud.
Got an annoying voice. Yeah.
Yep. Got an annoying voice.
Okay. So I think we can agree. I think Goodfellas is a much better movie.
I think so.
But I think I agree with you on the Casino having the better ending. Just because, everything that happened in Casino was just wild. Everybody got shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody either dies or gets put in jail.
Yeah.
Except for De Niro. And it's like, he's going back to whatever.
Well, and he's, he had the much bigger role in Casino.
Yeah.
And so I was happy to see him play somebody different, even though he can't hardly do anything different because he's so gangster.
I know.
But he still pulled it off. The non-gangster, if that makes any sense at all. Double negative or something. Mm-hmm. But I think you guys know what I mean. Like, he never lifted a finger.
He's a tough son of a bitch who was involved, but he never had to lift a finger.
No,
and
he was the numbers guy.
He was trying to get out of doing that kind of business.
Yeah.
But he had to force her hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
whatever. Yeah, I was that's my favorite thing about it is that De Niro had the better role.
Yeah.
And he came out clean, or not clean on the other side. He was still dirty, but he was, he came out living, so that's better than
the rest of them.
Movies.
Better than the rest of them. Goodfellas, though, I think it's so much better. I love Liotta, and I don't know her name, but I love his wife too. She was awesome. Yeah. She was awesome. And I love how she was gangster as shit there, towards the end too.
Yeah, she was real innocent in the beginning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she had no idea anything was going on, and then he finally kind of just turns her.
Lorraine Brasco. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You're a badass.
Yeah.
I love the scene. I love the scene where the cops come in and she's in nothing but her underwear and she shoves that pistol down her panties like that. That would be terrible.
Oh yeah,
that's scary as shit. Cold, all on your privates. That's
all that cold steel up on your privates.
Do something with my piece there, honey.
Yeah, well, and then she dumped the coke down the toilet and flushed it, and then whenever Leota got out, he freaked out on her because she flushed it all down the toilet, and he's like, the cops never would have found it. What? Of course they would have found it. They would search your whole damn house.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That was one of the scenes that I didn't care for in Goodfellas, when he's all freaking out and he looks like shit. I'll tell you one thing before I forget. Casino has one of the worst scenes in a mob movie.
The Vice?
Oh, no, I wouldn't know. But that is pretty rough. No, there's a scene where Pesci's character goes to assassinate this lady that's going to sue the casino. And he puts his damn hand or his arm on this side of her head, cradles her head with his arm, and then puts the gun up to her head and shoots.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking serious? That's totally going to go right through his damn arm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That was retarded, but whatever. Who
the fuck picked that?
Yeah.
I don't know. That Vice scene though, that was insane.
That's rough.
That was rough. His eye fucking popping out and just squeezing. That was pretty,
that's rough.
And then they ended up slitting his throat anyway. Like that was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. I was trying to find out who this guy they were trying to get to play Henry Hill, because it kind of interested me, and it was interesting when I read it, because I'd seen Madonna was supposed to play Karen.
Ugh.
Yeah, Karen, why'd you do that, Karen? Why'd you do that, Karen? And I can't find the damn thing anymore.
Well, I'm glad they didn't.
Well, like Madonna is just awful.
She's the worst.
She is just the worst.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't around when she was really popular in music, so I don't know how it was. But I can just imagine, just judging by the way she is now, just how fucking bad it would have been for her to be in these movies.
Oh,
because she's terrible. Dude. Like, she's a terrible person.
She is a terrible person.
Oh my god.
I don't know if she came across as a terrible person back in those days, but she definitely turned out to be a terrible person. But she is a pretty bad actress. I mean, she really is. Yeah. I mean, she was halfway decent to look at back in the day but I don't know. I think that really just depends on who you talk to. And I it's kind of the same with the music. I think she can be a good singer in some songs, and other times I'm like, ugh, I don't know, like, why the hell was she big?
Well, I'm probably the worst to ask about that, because I just can't get behind. Like, I don't like the music that she has, so I can't say that she's a good singer. So.
No.
But anyway, back to the movies. Goodfellas is, I would say, it's the more natural mob movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Casino's more of a origin story for Las Vegas, kind of. You know what I mean? Because that's how it was back there. Las Vegas has been around longer than 1980, right. But it really got its big boost in the late 70s. Yeah.
I mean, how everybody was turning money and all that shit. The casinos. I mean, before they were bought out by big corporations and everything, that's how things were.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
they were ran. I mean, who do you think built those big ass buildings?
Yeah.
Taking people in the back. Did you notice the guy that cattle prodded the two guys?
Yes, that was Dick Warlock.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome. I watched that scene again the other day, and I'm like, holy shit, I forgot about Dick Warlock being in this movie. That was awesome.
He's probably in a lot of things we don't realize.
I guarantee it.
Probably.
I'm going to pay attention now, because he's hard to miss. He's got that fucking slick back hair, and he's got a very noticeable face.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I seen he was looking around and cattle prodded that dude, I'm like, that's Dick Warlock. Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Michael Myers.
Yeah.
From Halloween 2. Fun fact.
I like that scene too, where he
they're trying to catch the cheaters.
Yeah, where when he catches the guys cheating.
Mm-hmm. That was cool because they had him come in. They had somebody come in and sing "Happy Birthday" really loud to get everybody's attention over there, so he could just cattle prod that guy out of nowhere.
Yeah, and
then they drag him to the back and then
smashes.
Yeah. Well, they got the saw out.
Yeah,
and then he started talking to him like, you left hand, you do that. What can you do? Can you do that with your right hand, your left hand?
Can you shuffle with your left?
Can you shuffle with your left? And he's like, no, I was my right. And he's like, you're right-handed? He's like, well, yeah. He's like, all right. And then instead of cutting his hand, they just smashed the shit out of his fingers. Yeah. Oh, my God. That was rough, man. And that goofy-looking asshole they had come in. He was actually cheating. I'll leave. Yeah. You got two choices. You take the hammer and the money.
He thanks him.
Yeah,
he says, I'll leave. Thank you.
Thank you. You take the hammer and you take the money, or you take nothing and you get the hell out of here.
Oh, man, that'd be hard for me to do.
More, I was like, do I want my hand broken?
I think I could let him break my hand for that.
I doubt you would have got the money.
I doubt it too.
Yeah, I doubt
you know what I mean. Yeah. Like I'd be tempted.
Yeah, I think that guy probably knew deep down he wasn't getting any of it. It's like, I'll just leave, man. I'm sorry.
I'm starting to think that we all like Casino a lot more than what we let on because it's like there's a lot of really good scenes. It's not it's definitely not as good as Goodfellas, but I'm really having a hard time giving examples for why Goodfellas is better, to be honest.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of really good scenes, and I think Casino's a little bit flashier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that there's a little bit more that happens. I think it's a little bit more interesting in places in Casino than there is in Goodfellas. They're both long movies. Yeah. They're both really long movies. Yeah. I don't know. I think they both have their own scenes that are just incredible.
Oh
yeah. But Goodfellas is, I don't know how to even explain it, I guess.
I like that scene in Goodfellas where they're like, they all got caught and they're all in jail, but it's like an Italian family in jail.
Yeah.
Washing the dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
That cracked me up.
Yeah, that was Liotta's big, that was his big screw up, was when he was in jail, he started smuggling drugs.
Yeah.
And if he would have just stuck to meatballs, he would have been okay, But yeah, I do love that. That's pretty hilarious where they all got different jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like one guy makes the noodles and the other guy makes the sauce. So crazy. And I guarantee that's how it was too.
Probably.
But I don't know.
The toupee commercial?
Yeah.
That was actually filmed by a local businessman who did his own cheap commercials.
Really?
Yeah, Scorsese. That was one of the first. I just read it today. It was one of the first films, or one of the first scenes shot for the film. And Scorsese didn't do it. He didn't want it to have that feel. He wanted to have a feel of a cheap, low budget commercial. Huh. So they filmed it for the movie first, and they had this dude come in. They hired this dude to come in and write the commercial. Huh. For them, and then they done that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just to give that authentic feel.
What was his name? Was it Morty?
I think I can't remember.
I think it was.
I just remember him jumping back in the pool and see, it doesn't come off.
Yeah,
kind of. The reflection of the camera. Oh, I didn't notice that. I'm reading some fun. There's some fun facts I pulled up here. Sean Penn was considered for the role of
boy, that would have been.
We were just talking about that. Considered for the role of Henry. That would have been terrible.
That would have been terrible.
Goodfellas would have been fucking bad.
Yeah, it would have been.
I would have hated.
I can't stand Sean Penn.
No, I can't either. I could talk to you all day about hating Sean Penn.
I could too.
Because
there's only there's one role that Sean Penn did really good.
Spicoli.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. When Tommy Spavin quit filming. This is pretty interesting. When Billy Bats and Tommy exchange shoeshine insults in the bar, Billy's lips aren't synchronized with the dialogue. He says "what" and then salute Tommy without his lips moving.
Huh.
Yeah, I like reading these old fun
weird.
facts.
I didn't know that. That's probably the most iconic scene.
Yeah.
From Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Go get your fucking shine box.
Yeah. That's a good one. Al Pacino was offered the role of Jimmy Conway, yeah. Ironically, later that same year, he ended up playing a gangster Big Boy Caprice in Warren Beatty's Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
So he ends up playing a gangster that same year anyway.
Yeah. Pacino.
I don't want to be typecast.
Pacino.
I don't want to be typecast.
Pacino and De Niro both. They might. I mean, I'm sure by now they don't care, but they should have never got it in their head that they weren't going to be typecast.
Right.
I know.
You know what I mean? They've both went on to do completely different things than gangster movies, but even in those movies, they're still playing the gangster. Yeah. Like they're still the same character.
Liotta actually turned down the role of District Attorney Harvey Dent in Tim Burton's Batman to make Goodfellas.
Wow.
And then the Billy D. Williams got the role.
Yeah, good call.
That's crazy. I mean, that is a good call.
Yeah.
I would have liked to seen him as Harvey Dent too, though.
Yeah, but I like Billy D. Williams too.
Yeah, I do like Billy D. Yeah, I mean, no one's as cool as him.
Nope.
No one. Scorsese's got a lot of the same feeling in his movies, and he's always got weird ass endings. He's always got. I mean, that sometimes they're left to be, left to the imagination, I guess. And the last two films, that we talked about earlier were Shutter Island and Departed. And both of them kind of had, a scene. I mean, Departed wasn't left to the imagination, but it was just kind of weird and cut up.
Yeah.
Shutter Island was weird.
Yeah, it was left up to interpretation.
Yeah, kind of like Inception was.
Yeah.
Which was Nolan, but
same. And they came out pretty close to each other, didn't they? Like a couple of years within a couple of years.
Shutter Island was 2010. And I think Inception was around that time.
Yeah, I was thinking they were about the same era.
Yeah, it was really close.
Yeah,
I know that much. I really, really enjoyed Shutter Island when I watched it.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't even realize it was Scorsese until recently.
Because it's such a departure from what he
did.
Well,
I wasn't gonna watch it when it first came out because it looked like a scary movie,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't watch many scary movies, so. I say that, but I've watched most of them.
When the trailer came out, it looked very scary.
Oh yeah, I thought it was a horror movie.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, but then I found out Scorsese did it, and I watched everything that Scorsese makes, so I just automatically watched
it because of Scorsese.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, man. It was, you'd mentioned it earlier off air, but I kind of agree, but I don't because I've seen it multiple times. I think you only watched it once.
Yeah.
You said it was one of those movies that you can only watch once.
Yeah.
Because it kind of takes, and I don't necessarily think it's true, but it does take it out of a little bit because you've got this mysterious ending that's basically comes to light, and it just kind of takes all the oomph out of it, I guess.
Yeah. There's nothing left. There's nothing left to the imagination other than. The question of whether he's healed or not.
Right.
I think it's rewatchable. It's got some good characters, and the art direction is really good.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
Well, I mean, once you dig into, the fact that this guy he's looking for, killed his wife, and his wife, it turns out this wife killed their kids, and in the end, you find out that he's the guy.
Yeah.
It's him, and he's the actual patient there. And this was all a setup to try and cure him from this, and to get him to accept the fact, to accept who he is and what he did, and because he keeps regressing, and he comes to find out he realizes it, and it come to find out that they've done this several months prior, that he come to this realization again that they actually got through to him, but then he regressed right back, and then it seemed like everything was whatever, and then at the end. His partner played, through the whole movie, was played by Mark Ruffalo, who did awesome in the movie. Sat down next to him and he called him Chuck, which is what he, called him when he was his partner. And it kind of made him think that he'd regressed again, makes the audience think he's regressed again. So, he nods his head at the doctor, and they come to take him away to get a lobotomy. And then he asks, is it tell me something. Is it good to? Is it better to live your life as a monster or die a hero? Which kind of tells me, after watching it, that he did remember the whole time.
Yeah. And he just wanted to be lobotomized.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. He wanted to forget about it. He didn't want to live knowing what he did or what happened to his family.
I think he. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that he probably was cured, and he just wanted to forget anyway, and so he just made it sound like he wasn't cured.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously he regressed the first time, or however many times before.
If he really did, or there's.
I don't know. I think there's a good chance that he finally come to terms with it, but he's like, I still don't want to.
Yeah.
It was like an acceptance, but not a approval kind of thing. Like I'm not going to live like this. I accept what I did, and now I've come to I've got this in my head. I've done it. I remember. I'm not going to go back, but I'm not going to live like it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what I got out of it.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd say most people probably think that. I don't know that for sure, but I think most people probably believe that he was cured.
I mean, I don't know. You could just give him I don't know why you wouldn't give him the best inning you possibly could. I mean, he's already getting a lobotomy no matter what. Yeah. So, you want to, but that one question leads me to believe he did.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm right.
Yeah.
I usually am.
What do you think?
Honestly, I'd have to see it again. I saw it a long time ago when it first came out. Mm-hmm. And for now, just open to interpretation on my end.
Yeah. He's not going to take sides here.
No. Nope.
Not going to. I'm not going to make a decision.
Not going to pick a parent.
Nope.
No.
That's all right. It's all right. We outvoted him anyway.
Yeah. You've been outvoted. You've been voted off the island.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Or that's like two different shows.
I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I don't watch reality shows.
Oh, I didn't either. I'm just saying.
Anyway, the Departed is. Were you done?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
So I just. I
know. Listen, I know. I
want to get into the Departed.
I know you do. I was just wanting to get that out of the way real quick. I know we don't have much to say about Shutter Island because it was a really good movie. I recommend people go watch that.
It's a good movie.
Yes.
I think it's one of Leo's better movies.
Oh, I think so
just
too.
Because of everything, and everybody's really really awesome in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna let you get into Departed because I know you really want to talk about the Departed.
I really do, because we obviously all three of us love movies. We do a podcast about movies.
Right.
Hate them.
And yeah, exactly. We hate them.
I don't like my store. I don't like any of it.
Yeah. So I mean it when I say that to me, I mean, this is just my opinion. Obviously. But in my opinion, The Departed is the best movie that's came out in 30 years. Ooh. I mean, I know. That's a loaded statement. There's a lot of movies in 30 years.
That's a loaded gun, and I'm scared of guns.
Yeah. I mean, that is a loaded statement.
That should be regulated heavily.
Would like
it's
to
automatic. That's a automatic opinion, fully automatic opinion.
That's a assault opinion.
That's assault opinion.
I would like to hear other opinions in the comments, maybe, if you have a rebuttal for that.
I would
please. I dare you.
I would too.
I dare you.
I mean, there are, and
I don't even agree with them. I just want you to do it.
I told Chris off air, same type of movie. I would pick Heat over The Departed.
Yeah, and see, and Heat. Whew, if The Departed wouldn't have came out, I would totally agree.
I liked Casino better than Departed.
Oh wow!
I liked Goodfellas better than Departed.
Wow!
I think Goodfellas is my favorite Scorsese film.
Wow!
For real.
I can
100%.
Totally understand that, but
you're wrong.
But I don't agree with it at all.
Yeah.
I think The Departed is the best shot-for-shot film it may be the best shot-for-shot film I've ever seen in my life.
Man, I don't know.
It's a good movie.
I've never seen anything that's moved me near as much as this movie ever.
Yeah, I can't say that the same for that. I think it's great though. I mean, I can't agree. I just it didn't move me like it moved you. Is what I mean. You know, I just can't.
Well, I mean, I love mob movies are my favorite genre of movie.
Yeah, they're pretty up there for me for sure.
There's nothing for probably the first 21 years of my life. I thought there was nothing better than Scarface. There was never a better film than Scarface. It was the pinnacle of film. And then I started learning more about pacing. I started learning more about shot placement and cinematography and stuff. And I started figuring out that, hey, Scarface is not that good. It's
decent.
It is one of the best mob movies ever made. It is. But when you compare it to films like, I don't know what to compare it to. If you compare it to The Departed, okay? The pacing, there's no comparison. Scarface, there are parts that totally lag to where you're just like, yeah, I could go pee right now. I could go get some popcorn.
Yeah. Well, it's an extremely long movie.
It is.
And there is a lot of
But they're about
on.
the same length.
There's a lot of political and a lot of in between in Scarface for sure.
Yeah.
This one gets more down to the point quicker. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, there's no whenever there's downtime in The Departed, it's plot building.
Yeah.
Whenever there's downtime in Scarface, it could just be
I think some of it's plot. I think most of it's plot building. I think some of it's just filler. It's just more in the life of Tony Montana. You know what I mean? It's not, but it's not like it's not detrimental to the story.
No,
because there's not a main payoff in the end.
Mm-mm.
Like there's a payoff. It's but it's your typical bad guy.
Exactly
that you want to like you view. That's the mind fuck of these movies because you're in the eyes of the bad guy.
Yes.
Like these are bad people.
Well, and see, The Departed,
by societal standards anyway, they're bad people. They're doing bad things, but they're the protagonists of the film.
Yeah. See, The Departed is like Scorsese took all of his movies and mashed them up a little bit. Because, Taxi Driver, you had a bad guy that wasn't really that bad because he only hurt bad people.
Yeah.
Or, well, he tried to. And then you got Leo's character. He was undercover. He's not actually a bad guy, but he has to do bad shit, just like Taxi Driver. He had to do bad shit. And then you got the mob bosses. You got Nicholson. Mm-hmm. And you got the mob bosses from Goodfellas. And, it's just he took every movie and he just mashed them all up. You got the perspective from the bad guys. You got Damon's perspective.
Yeah.
You got DiCaprio's perspective, which is the good guy, but he's not really a good guy. He's a bad guy, or he's a good guy doing bad things. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's subjective. Can you really be a good guy if you do bad things?
Damon's more the bad guy though. And
Damon is definitely the bad guy
for sure, and he's
definitely
plus it's not hard to hate Matt Damon anyway, so
no,
Damon,
and see, this is one of the only movies that I like Damon.
Really, I fucking can't stand him. I liked him better in The Martian than I did this movie.
I never watched The Martian.
I like him better.
I don't give a shit about it.
I like better. Oh, it's pretty good. I like it better than most of his movies, especially most of those kind of movies.
Yeah. See, I like two of the Bourne movies. There's a couple of them that I like.
They're all right. They're action films.
Yeah.
I like but you get right down. Once you've seen them, you're like, I like other action films.
Yeah,
it's like.
But I thought this was out of Damon's comfort zone a little bit.
That's just
and he pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, so is Euro Trip.
Well, yeah.
So I mean,
he pulled that off too.
He pulled that off somehow. I don't know.
He actually has one of my absolute favorite deaths of any movie.
Oh yeah,
when he walks in with his groceries and he like cocks his head and he's like, okay, and Wahlberg just
okay, yeah.
I think my favorite scene in the movie is where Wahlberg's shaking down Leo.
Oh yeah,
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just telling him how it is, what he is.
Yeah, you piece of shit. Just going nuts on him.
Did you like Mark in this one?
I did.
Yeah,
I did a lot.
Yeah.
I actually like him. I like him as a non-lead. I think he shines when he's what's that one movie with Steve Carell where it's like a comedy.
Yeah, it's Date Night or whatever.
Date Night?
Yeah, where he has his shirt off all the time.
Yeah.
Like, why you always have your shirt off?
Like, he shines in roles like that.
Well, yeah, he's Mark Wahlberg. He can be in anything.
Yeah. But, he's way better as a supporter than a main.
He's better at a lot of things than a lot of those guys in that movie. Well, at least better than Matt Damon. But, I mean, I'm not really, like I said, a big Matt Damon fan.
Yeah.
I have to say I like Scarface better than Departed, too.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Eek.
I like it much better.
It is, I can understand why you would like it better, but it's not near the film that The Departed is.
I don't know. I mean,
shot-wise, cinematography-wise, story-wise.
I don't know.
No, I kind of dogged it.
I think I'd have to watch them back to back, and I mean, I think you're right. I think in a sense that I think Departed's very, very good, but I mean, I think if you notice if you're noticing, which I mean, we've talked about cinematography and stuff like that too. We're film buffs, but we're not so strong of film buffs that we just, unless something stands out and it's great,
yeah,
or really captures a setting well, we're not those guys that rate and review movies based on shot for shot cuts.
Look at the camera setup.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like that. Like, we're not those kind of douchebags. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things like where we critique films like almost too much.
Yeah,
we notice it when it's good, and we notice it's when it's really, really bad. So I don't really think about Scarface that way. I think Scarface is, in its own weird way, is beautifully done, just like The Departed was in its just own way. But you're also looking at 3 years difference.
Well, yeah.
So too, I mean,
yeah, but it's still modern though. It's still a modern film.
Well, I mean, in a sense, yes, but I mean, look what Death Wish 1 and Death Wish 2. Look at the difference there. But I mean, that was just money and time.
Well, yeah, most of that was money.
Yeah, and but I mean, you can look at the same way here.
If you take into account, inflation, then Scarface had a bigger budget than
but technology wasn't there either.
Well,
so I mean, you got to think there's
but there's not much like in a mob movie. You don't need technology.
Plus, Scorsese is a better filmmaker than De Palma.
Oh yeah,
yeah. For the most part.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Untouchables is amazing.
That's my opinion, and I agree. Untouchables is
fucking amazing.
I think that's unanimous.
Untouchables is one of the best mob movies ever made.
Yes.
A lot of that though is story.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
I mean, you could, and as far as like the slowness, you can say the same thing about The Godfather.
Oh yeah,
I agree. Also amazing.
Yeah, you could definitely say the same about Godfather.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about,
but Godfather's cinematography, see, that's where you're losing me with the old school debate, because the cinematography of the first Godfather, which is way older than the Departed, is just as good as The Departed. It is way up there, and it's way better than Scarface.
I'd have to watch it
cinematography wise. Man,
I'd have to watch it again. I don't know.
Godfather is, it literally is The Godfather. Like, The Godfather Part 1 is literally The Godfather of beautiful shots.
Yeah.
It is.
No, I'll give you that. I mean, I'm just meaning like for the Departed thing. I've got to watch it again because I don't know.
I've
just
watched
kind of flat to you.
Huh?
Was it just kind of flat to you?
What, Departed? Yeah. I'm not on the Departed train. I think it's a great film. I'm just not on the train. I'm on a different train. I'm in a different car than he is on the,
on the Departed is probably my favorite gangster movie too.
Yeah.
I don't think quite as highly as Chris does, but it's a great movie.
Yeah, I would put a lot of gangster movies in front of The Departed. Just out of just much much better, like, I don't know about quality, but better movies.
Oh yeah, I would debate against quality all day.
Well,
day.
I might debate quality, but I have to watch it again before I can do that.
Well, I'll open your schedule,
so
we'll sit and watch it.
Macho movie night.
Yeah,
we need to have. We need to do live commentaries, or we need to do some kind of commentary or something.
We should.
We put that on our Patreon.
There's so many movies though that I just like watching them. Mm-hmm. That it'd make it really hard for me.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, if it's a movie we've watched, multiple times, you don't need to. You just talk about them.
Well, I mean, I could probably talk through The Departed.
Oh yeah, you've watched it a billion times. Of course you could.
Just like a dozen.
Yeah, plus a dozen more.
A dozen billion.
Yeah, a dozen billion.
Probably 12 to 15 times.
12 to 15 times a billion. I would have to just disagree right now until I can watch it again.
Yeah,
because I just remember, which it hasn't been that long since I've seen Godfather or Scarface or Untouchables and all that. But man, I don't know, Goodfellas too. Man, I love Goodfellas.
Oh, I love Goodfellas.
I think out of all the Scorsese films, Goodfellas takes it to me.
Mm. And he even has some that we're not even talking about. Gangs of New York is...
Oh, that's a very good movie.
Gangs of New York, maybe...
We didn't talk about Taxi Driver that much.
No.
There's Taxi Driver we can focus on later.
And that's...
Raging Bull.
A lot of people would get mad for me saying this. I know you guys won't, but a lot of people would. I think Taxi Driver is his most overrated movie. I really do. I mean, it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. But I don't actually care for the story. Like, I don't care.
It's like there's like only a certain niche crowd likes Taxi Driver.
Yeah. And it is really good. And like, I think I was telling you this the other day. Taxi Driver, every single person that had anything to do with that movie was at their peak at that time. Mm-hmm. And so I can appreciate it for that because they were all amazing. De Niro was amazing. Scorsese was amazing. Yeah. I mean, everything about it was amazing. I just don't care for it.
I'll have to say though, and I'll be the bad guy here that no one will agree with, but I think that The Departed's overrated.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think it's in a sense that not in the sense that it's not that good. I just mean that everyone seemed to rave about it. That good. It's no different than Law Abiding Citizen, which was a very good movie.
Yeah, it was.
But like that was the only thing that people talked about for a while.
Yeah,
it's just you follow the trend, so I think it's overrated.
Yeah, not me. I'm not a Gerard Butler fan at all.
You know what though, and that movie kind of turned me on him. Because I was like, well, because he did pull that off. He pulled it off well.
That was a good movie.
He did.
I like Olympus Has Fallen was better.
That
was stupid.
If it wasn't for Gerard Butler, that movie would not have been good. I would argue that. Because I hate Jamie Foxx.
But I don't know if Jamie Foxx wasn't in that one.
Law Abiding Citizen?
Oh, he was in Law Abiding Citizen.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was...
I don't know. I don't know if... Maybe... Because I don't think Gerard Butler's that strong. I don't know if he can hold the movie together.
He was in that one.
Really? I don't know if
that's about the only one that he was strong.
I don't know if I could say he can hold a movie together.
I thought he did that one. I don't think anybody else did it for him.
There's not too many.
A lot of that could have been the story too, because the story was super solid.
There's not too many people that I could say that can just hold a movie together. Or that are so defined in a role that if you yanked him out of there, it wouldn't have worked. There's not a whole lot.
Man, I don't know. There's a few.
Because I think they would have found a way. I mean, you got to also think too. Like this is all hindsight.
I don't think Scarface would have worked without Pacino.
And it might not have.
I don't think it would have.
It may not have.
If they would have got De Niro for it, it would have been. I think it would have sucked.
I don't know but I don't think it might. I don't think it would have sucked. Well, I mean, you got to think now. We've only got Pacino, and that's what he's known for.
Well, yeah.
So would that have been what De Niro was known for had he pulled off? I don't think so. No, our perception, what we perceive Scarface is now, is what Pacino made it.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there was an original Scarface too.
Pacino's proven that he could do that. De Niro hasn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if it was De Niro, it could have been somebody else.
Yeah, it may have been.
Like De Niro might be a bad example because you could have put somebody else in there and he would have done better than De Niro. Yeah. And he could have been the Scarface. He could have been Tony Montana.
Maybe. Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, I listen. I agree in a sense that no one can ever replace it now. Like you can't. He's done so well that you don't need to think about anybody else. But I do think that since that's all we know. It's like Han Solo, right? It's like Han Solo. This new Han Solo is going to suck.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to suck to me because it's not Harrison Ford. No one likes Han Solo. Everyone loves Harrison Ford.
Yep.
So that's why it's not going to do as well.
Yep.
That's what I mean. But if we didn't have Harrison Ford as Han Solo, it might not have mattered. Like it might have been something different. We would have been saying that about another actor.
There was a screen test on the Star Wars DVD where Kurt Russell was doing the lines for Han Solo.
Yeah.
How would that have turned out?
It probably
greatest actor of our generation.
Yeah, it could have turned out awesome because we all love Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Or Kurt Russell. I don't love Russell Crowe.
I don't either.
Why did I say Russell Crowe?
I like a few of his movies.
I like one.
You know what movie I like Russell Crowe in?
What's that?
L.A. Confidential.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
Man, I forgot about that one.
I was
going to say.
I love L.A. Confidential. Have you ever watched it?
What's
Kim Basinger?
I think I have.
What's the one that he's famous for?
Not Troy, but Gladiator.
Gladiator, yeah, the Gladiator. I liked Gladiator. It was a fun
dude.
movie.
I'm so sick of them movies though. Like now, I'm not big into that.
Well, they did because they did too many of them all at once.
They did.
There was no stop to it.
No, and then fucking 300 came, and that was overrated.
Yeah,
that was 300. And I know we're getting way off subject here, but we're about to wrap it up. 300 is one of the most overrated movies of all time.
Yeah, I think
we need to do a podcast on overrated movies. I may have just give away the spoilers.
And that's crazy because I love Snyder. I think I
do too. I think
he's an amazing.
I think
filmmaker.
He gets way too much shit for the DC movies he's been doing.
300 would have been an awesome movie if just everybody wouldn't have talked about it.
I know. That's kind of how I feel about a lot of movies, though.
Yeah.
Is the sequel to 300 any good with Eva Green?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
I was going to watch it. Just
don't
based
watch
on
it.
That. Okay.
Don't even bother.
For it.
Yeah. It ain't great.
No.
It ain't great. It ain't the worst thing I've ever seen.
300.
It ain't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it ain't great either.
No, the worst thing you've ever seen would be something like Supergirl.
Ooh.
You ever watch that?
Yeah. I watched Replicator.
Okay. You know what? I actually think Replicator is worse than Supergirl.
Oh, but I know it is.
Yeah.
I know it is. Replicator is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
I still think I want to see it.
You should. Everyone should. It's free on YouTube.
Just to know where the bottom is.
Yeah. Oh, it is the absolute bottom. Trust me.
I bet you we could probably find worse.
I don't know. Woo.
We could find worse. But,
man.
Any closing statements on this?
I don't have any.
There's so many
that I know of.
Good Scorsese films, and these are all. I still think Goodfellas is the best, but whatever.
Goodfellas is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get you riled up. I'm just teasing.
You ain't gonna rile me up. I already know what the best one is, so there's.
Yeah, and you're wrong. So.
Scorsese is probably my favorite director.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I know that's a pretty loaded statement in itself because there's a lot of directors that I love their work, but Scorsese's just everything that he does.
Well, he's definitely perfected the mob movie or the crime film.
Well, and like I said earlier, that's my absolute favorite genre.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he is one of the, no doubt, the best. And we talked about that when we talked about on the John Carpenter podcast. We talked about him being a little underrated at times, and how everyone talks about other things, and we totally overlooked Scorsese then.
Yeah,
and I don't know why, because that's impossible to do. But I think there's so many directors. But But I think John Carpenter's still up there. But
yeah, I like him better than Scorsese. But
Well,
mob movies aren't necessarily my cup of tea either.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm going to be biased.
Yeah.
well, you got to look. They're all a lot of them the same formula. Some of them are boring.
Yeah.
Some of them. I mean, these are good boring. I mean, I won't even say these are boring, but these are good.
Yeah, they're good.
I think Scorsese's.
Well, I think even Scorsese's weakest movies still have the most amazing stories.
Yeah. Well, and I tell you what, one thing that's incredible about him is he is still making movies to this day that are good.
Yeah.
What you can't say about many directors.
No.
Because they usually have a group, like just a handful or like in their prime or something, and that's it. And Spielberg has a few here and there. Cameron's got a few here and there, but Scorsese has pretty well solid movies.
Yep.
Still to this day,
his whole career has been good.
has been solid, and
Yep.
up until, and he's one of the oldest directors.
Yep.
So I don't. We're probably going to have to do a second one of these.
Probably.
I don't know if we'll do it. We won't do it right away, but down the line we'll probably do a second because there are a few. I do want to talk about Gangs of New York.
Yes.
I think we need to talk about that for sure.
I think it's
Raging Bull. We probably need to talk about Raging Bull.
I know that here's another loaded statement. I think Gangs of New York is Daniel Day-Lewis's best role.
Oh, I agree. I
really do. And that's loaded because There Will Be Blood was probably...
What was he in?
Last of the Mohicans?
Last of the Mohicans.
Yeah,
that's what I was
he
thinking.
was.
Yeah.
Man, he's good.
You know, he
he's a good actor.
he wasn't a bad president. Did you watch Lincoln?
Yeah.
That was all right.
Yeah.
It was okay. He did it all right. I think he acted well.
It was pretty full of
Wrongness.
Pretty bad wrongness, but
Wrongness.
I won't go there.
Lincoln, you are wrong.
You're wrong. You're fake news.
You are fake news. Yeah, well, so we will be doing second part of this down the line because we definitely got to talk about those. We will be back next week, and I am very excited, very, very excited for the next 2 weeks, actually, because we've got two-parters for Arnold.
Yes.
Essential Arnold Schwarzenegger. We pick, we're doing, we're going to do we're doing the best and the worst, right?
Just best.
Just the best?
Yeah. Just what we recommend to people that haven't already watched our Terminator and Predator.
Yeah. We're
videos.
not. We'll touch on them probably briefly.
Yeah,
but,
a little bit.
But we're going to focus on other movies since we've already done podcasts.
Because he's done so many movies that we all love.
We do want to do a worst of Arnold.
I think we should do the worst of Arnold
We
because even the worst of Arnold is entertaining.
But we need to take a break from Arnold 1 week and do the Hat of Doom. We haven't done that in its time.
It is time.
It's
yeah,
time
we
to do
need
Hat
to
of
do
Doom.
another Hat of Doom. It's because we need to try to get that in at least once a month.
Yep.
So we need to do. So that's what we'll do. We'll do Arnold and then Hat of Doom and then do worst.
Yes.
And then we might go back to Scorsese or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I know we got more crime films to talk about.
Yes, we do.
We got plenty of crime films.
Yes,
to talk about.
and we got a heist film show coming up soon.
Yeah, which is kind of
That'll be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Talking Point Break, talking Heat.
Oh, man, I could talk about them too solely, and that's it.
Yep.
That's it. But we won't.
You could even consider Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Ah, yes. And Jeremy Irons was awesome in that movie.
Fucking right, he was.
Fucking awesome in that movie.
Right, Jeremy. God damn, he was good.
He was awesome.
Okay. Anyway,
yeah, we got to do that. We're gonna come back. We always appreciate y'all listening.
sometimes.
I always do. Chris sometimes. Everybody but British people.
Yeah, I don't even want your rotten ass teeth.
Yeah.
Chattering, listening to this.
Yeah. Some Canadians are okay. Frightfully forgotten. You're okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. British people, no. That will never have an exception.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
Not in Chris's eyes.
Nope.
Not in his madness. Look at that madness. We will be back next week with Essential Arnold. If you would like to support us on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/foppish and we would appreciate that. If not, then we'll piss off. So,
Drop a few pounds our way.
drop a few pounds.
Yes, drop a few squid or quid or whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Weirdos.
Yeah.
Dollars like the rest of us.
Yeah, dollars. We're not even those America kind of people, and we're really coming across that way right now. So we're just being ignorant.
I don't care.
I don't either. See you next week.
Bye.